All right, so welcome everyone. This is the Equity and Inclusion meeting. It is September 23rd. And we have online on Zoom, we have Kim Harbaugh, Ray Johnson, and Cindy Pollock. And in the room, myself, Melody Squire, and Gail Fowler. All right, so looking at our agenda, I'd like to approve the minutes. I'm thinking that on the agenda it was meant to say 9:03. Is that correct? Instead of 9:27?
That's correct.
Yeah. Okay. So I just made a note of that. So, does everybody had a chance to look at those minutes? Anybody have any corrections, additions, subtractions?
This is Gail, on the 8:26 minutes, when you're talking about the directory. It was suggested that all the phone numbers be tested since the previous directory had some incorrect numbers. As far as I know, only one is incorrect. I
Okay.
think what I said was they need to be tested because a lot of people no longer have landlines.
Landlines,
And so you need to figure out where the cell phones are.
right, okay. All right, did you get that, Sherry, to amend those minutes?
Yes.
Okay. Well, with that, little bit of, addition change. Does everybody comfortable with the minutes? Anybody want to make a motion to accept the minutes?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes.
All right, I'll second. All in favor? Aye. Okay. Oh, it's okay. Updates on the potential grants. So, I think we all know the pavilion grant has been submitted. We did meet with the, wetlands person. And, it's not a wetland up there. She looked at the plants and the soil. It's like a trifecta thing. You need plants, soil, and something else, and I don't remember what that is, do you, Gail? Anyway, we had some plants in the hedgerow, but because we didn't have all three of the things that they would need, it's called a wetland. It's not a wetland, so no special plants in there. So that is good. And then we do have scheduled a zoning board of adjustment meeting. For that, we just need a conditional use permit, and we thought we were set because we didn't need to get a waiver for the setback. But turns out that this also is required, so that meeting is October 1st. And then again, we have the meeting on October 16th, the informational meeting. And so I hope that I can get some just like to have some plans so people can look at them. So I'm gonna work on that, and I think anybody else have anything, questions or anything about the pavilion grant? We probably won't hear until somewhere like the 22nd or something like that, somewhere around there. And I'm gonna be away then, so, but I can still contact people if I hear. And I think that's all for the pavilion. Anybody else have anything?
No.
All right, so,
Martha has joined the.
oh, Martha's joined. All right. So the other grant that we have talked about, and worked on, and I did talk to Rainbow, and she does have the plans for sign, or at least one sign, and, she said that Cole, her fiance, said that he could make posts, and you just need to have a slit in the, so that you could put a sign in there, and he's happy to make the post and install the post. So I contacted Tess to find out who did the sign for the community center, and so she gave me that information. And I have talked to the other one, but, we were just wondering if it might be nicer if it, was a little bit more, if we don't have to do the post and we just need the sign, how we could get a sign that's a little nicer than what I looked at before. So I'm gonna look into that, go to the company with the drawing and see, what they say and get an estimate for that. And, so that's all I have on the welcome signs. I did ask Meadow as well about the grant with the Vermont Leagues of Cities and Towns that she was submitting as we were having our meeting for possibly having, somebody come and do a talk or something like that. And there was some piece of that needed to be submitted with it, and it wasn't, that she wasn't aware of, so we didn't get that grant. But I'm sure there'll be more, so we'll keep looking for those. The other thing I want to discuss is our meeting days and the frequency of them. So I've talked to Todd, he really can't do Mondays, Tuesdays. And I just talked to Gail about if Thursday, the fourth Thursday of the month is available. So I don't know if and then in 2025, do we have to do, I don't know if we need to do a meeting every month. Maybe we could do every other month. I don't know how everybody feels about that. But first I need to know if the fourth Thursday, but Thursday night works for folks.
I think it works for me.
Except for Thanksgiving. Yeah, Thanksgiving will be, yeah, but I don't
Yeah,
think
holiday.
everybody's gonna, I think we can just excuse that, yeah, so. Okay, and then if we need to have a special meeting, like if we do plan a dinner, in early winter, like January, February, March, which we've talked about, I know we have to have more planning for that, we can just have another meeting, so, so yeah, I feel like that might, be better for us. All right, so I don't know if we need to make a motion to change our meeting times and days. Let's just say for 2025. So I'd like to make a motion that we change our meeting night to the fourth Thursday of the month. And should look at the calendar and wait a minute, hang on, figure out if we start in February or maybe we start in February and see how that lands for Thanksgiving. Let me see. Hang on. All right,
So
so,
December, the fourth Thursday is the day after Christmas.
yeah. January, February. If we start in February, then we'd have April, then we have June. Then we'd have September, then we would have November. So let's start in January and maybe we skip our December meeting since it's the day after Christmas. And then in 2025, we start meeting Thursday, the fourth Thursday of the month. And then we'll do it every other month. Does that work? All right, so I have to say this right. So I make a motion that we change our meetings starting in 2025 to the fourth Thursday of the month, beginning in January, and having our regular meetings every other month. They do call that bi-monthly, but it seems strange, but anyway, yeah.
Every other month it's easier.
Yeah, every other month, yeah. So,
Second.
all right, we got a second. All in favor?
Hi.
Hi. Oh, right, Rainbow's here too, cool. Hi, Rainbow.
Hello.
So, so that's great. I think that'll be helpful. And yeah, and I think that we will, if everybody's comfortable not having a meeting before, well, we can, I don't know, we can see what we want to do by December if it's too close, because we're starting in January with our Thursday meetings. So we can decide if we want to have a December meeting or not. we can look at that too right now.
Made the motion. You
So
made
you
the, and Rainbow seconded it?
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
So you're gonna have a meeting in October, or you're not gonna have another meeting until January?
no, we'll have a meeting, we're gonna stay with the Mondays until 2025.
Okay.
And so,
So in December, that would be
yeah,
21st or something.
yeah, so we may skip the December one because it's close to Christmas. That's, people are comfortable with that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And Hanukkah.
Yeah, I think they're together this year.
Yeah, they're very close. All right, so, does anybody else want to make a motion that we, only have our next meeting in November on Monday? 25th, that would be. And November 25th, and then, well, that's close to Thanksgiving too, but,
You're gonna do October, or are you starting skipping?
no, we're doing October. We're gonna do
October 28th.
October. So we do October 28th. And then, I don't know how everybody feels about November 25th, or
It's just before Thanksgiving.
this is right before Thanksgiving, or December 23rd.
They're fine with us.
Have them or not have them?
We're fine to have them.
Okay.
I'm probably
I'm-
better. I'm not sure I'll be able to do the December one. I'll probably be better with the November. Yeah.
All right, well, we can decide what we do in December at our November meeting. How's
Okay.
that?
Sounds good.
All right. Okay, and then we have determined our next meeting, so. Yeah, scale,
I think your committee is supposed to meet with the select board on October 10th.
yes, thank you for that reminder. So, did everybody hear that? So, we have, all the committees, have been meeting with the select board, just to say who they are and who's on the committees and what are we doing and, how's it going, for us and things like that, so, so that's October 10th, our next select board meeting. So if any of you want to, be a part of that, that'd be great. You can be here, you can be on Zoom, either way. And so I can,
They did request a report like a week ahead so they can read over what
right,
you're up to.
yeah. So I'll write up a report and we can look at that. I can send it out and then we'll just have that, we'll have that at the next select board meeting. Okay,
Mom, would it be helpful to have because you're on the select board, would it be helpful to have like another representative there? So for that meeting, do we want to find somebody who wants to do that, or does it matter?
I don't, if somebody wants to volunteer, that'd be great. It's up to you. I mean, I can just take off my select board hat and just put on my ENI hat for a minute, either way. So.
Okay.
But if somebody else wants to volunteer, I'd be happy to let that happen. So.
I'm not committing to anything at the moment, but
I understand that. All right, yeah, well, that's something to think about. It's not too far away though, so. I'm gonna make a little note to myself that I've gotta write that up. Okay, so if anybody has anything else, any ideas or thoughts, for things. I know, do we want to think about, we start in January with our meeting. Do we want to think about maybe having a dinner in March or April? What are people's thoughts about that?
Talking about one of the food, like the a different ethnicity type of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I just think, just a dinner that just sort of explore, just everybody can bring, it doesn't have to be a specific one, I think it can just be, people that have, for me, it would be like favorite foods that have been passed down through your family or things like that, or special foods if you visited a country and you really enjoyed, food or preparing the food or whatever those stories are and the stories behind it, so it'll be the food and the story behind the food.
Mhm.
So that would be just like a multicultural evening of food and stories.
Okay.
Kind of the way I would,
Not doing this like on a Friday or Saturday?
yeah. So I don't know what month everybody's feeling like would be.
April has Easter and Palm Sunday and all that stuff in it.
I was gonna say March is often kind of, still not the dark winter, but not as much stuff going on usually.
Yeah, I'd say March would probably be a good month.
And that'll give us some time in between to plan it and advertise it and all that, so, all right. I gotta look at the calendar again, so anybody think of any dates they wanna think of in March 2025? Daylight savings starts on the 9th, so we'll have more light later again. So maybe after that. St. Patrick's Day is the 17th, so we're gonna probably stay away from that. So we do a Friday, the 21st, or Saturday, the 22nd of March.
How about Saturday, the 22nd?
Okay, let's do
Is
that.
that time to set up
Yeah.
the center and all that stuff?
Okay, great.
And would that be, let's see, the 4th? We wouldn't have a meeting before that because we'd skip February.
Right, but if we need a special meeting to plan, we can do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, all right, I've put it in the calendar so we can think about that.
So do you want me to reserve the community center?
Sure, that'd be great. Okay. And one way to have things is get it on the calendar. That's what I figured out in my life. All right. So I think that's all I have on the agenda. Anybody wants to talk about anything else right now?
Did you already talk about the signs?
I did talk about the signs. I said that Cole has offered to make the posts and things like that, and that I was gonna work with you and get the drawings and maybe take it to the place that made the community center signs, the second signs anyway for the community center. I think the first place is not doesn't look like it's active anymore, that made it in Dorset, I think, so, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, good look at that, just so we can just compare, different options, prices. Hello, ladies. So that's kind of all.
Didn't Lotar at some point volunteer to? help
Yeah,
with
he
them?
did, and then he went off the committee and I haven't heard anymore. I mean, I could ask Lotar too, but I think he was just happy to do posts too. I don't think he wanted to make a sign. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think the thought was if we just got a quote for the middle part, that would essentially go in between the posts.
Yeah. Mhm. Yes. Yeah, so we did discuss that, and so we'll, and I can talk with you, Rainbow, some more and maybe get something that I can take to a few places and we can just get quotes.
Yeah.
Samples maybe of what it would look like, yeah. Okay,
Cool.
So when you adjourn this meeting, I have to turn Zoom off, so I can turn it on again to record the next meeting.
okay, all right. All right, well, there's another meeting scheduled at 7:30 for the Timoth Community Fund. So I make a motion that we adjourn the Equity and Inclusion meeting at 7:22 PM.
Great. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
All right, second, all in favor?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if we have to do that. but
Second, yeah.
anyway. Okay. All right, well, good night. to those that I won't see again, and have a lovely week. And I'll talk to everybody soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.